Jai Mahalakshmi. Sarva Papa Hare Devi. She removes all your papa. Mahalakshmi Namostute. Who's not done wrong in their life? Everyone. Okay? You all need this. If any Asur is running like in your life like a pig, you can pray to Mahalakshmi and she will kill him. You just ask her and she'll give it to you, whatever it is. Sarva Varde, she'll give you everything. She gives you enjoyment of this life and she also gives you freedom from the cycle of birth and death. Yoga J, Yoga Sambhute, Mahalakshmi Namostute. Now you'll know the value of yogis in a minute. So those who practice yoga always have Lakshmi. So yoga is all about Lakshya. This is the secret that many people don't know. They just aimlessly practice yoga. They don't know what the hell they're looking for. Those who read it 3 times, they'll not have Shatrus only. This is Lakshmi as the creatress. The one image I have here. Padmasana Sthite Devi Parabrahma Swarupini. That means she is here in every particle of the world and she's interested. She's Maharaudra about your Stula and Sukshma thoughts also. So be careful, Lakshmi is listening to everything. They prayed for Lakshmi to be born in their house and she was born. Parents go and tell their daughters, you can't marry this guy. They're all doing Mahapap. There's a lot of secrets here for the papis. She's very serious about having created this universe. You can see it's done with perfection. How everything renders for you reality, no matter what happens. The resolution of reality is not reducing. Even if you go mad, now you'll see the mantra murti of Devi. You'll be able to visualize it. Suddenly lights will come inside your eyes. You'll be able to see. There is Sarupya Mukti, which is you turn into a god or a goddess. You may not have to leave this earth either, but you can experience being in the loka of Lakshmi, Mani Dvipa, where she lives. You will be able to have the creative powers of Lakshmi if you learn how to use this Gada. It's a gift that she's given for humanity. Every one of you is a child of Mahalakshmi and you are entitled to all her wealth. Watch this, take this as a Diksha. I have given it for free to everyone. Jai Mahalakshmi. Today I want to talk to you about Mahalakshmi, and she is the fountainhead of all the wealth that you can have in your life. A lot of people are very enamored by Lakshmi, but you should also care to understand who she is, what's her story, and what's her character, what pleases her and what displeases her. So that's what this video is about, and I'm also going to teach you the Mahalakshmi Ashtakam, which is something that you can chant during this Diwali or whenever. If you're watching this video after Diwali, then you can chant this every Friday. That's the good day to chant this. Okay? Once a week, make sure you make a little ritual. Go in front of your Lakshmi statue or picture. Offer the right kind of pujas. Sit down there. Any simple puja will do. Sit down there and, keep some water. Offer water to the god Arghya. Ask her to bless the water and chant the Mahalakshmi Ashtakam to her and drink the water. Okay? That's what you should do. But you should know the meaning of everything you're saying. It shouldn't be said like a parrot. And you really need to feel what you're saying emotionally. If you're able to do that, you're going to have a really good Diwali. Okay. And then you're going to have a really good year ahead. In the Devi Puran, it's written that in the ocean of dissolution called Pralaya Sagara, where things get dissolved into the material of the universe, the Panchabhutas, and then they get reformed and then they come back in the various forms. The first form to come was a peepal tree and the second form to come was Vishnu. The Vishnu appeared on the leaf of a peepal tree. He suddenly found himself existing. He didn't know his own powers and he heard this voice, Sarva Khalvidamevaham Na Anyadasti Sanatanam, which means I am the whole universe, I am everything that exists. And there is nothing eternal other than me. This was a half shlok that he heard. He didn't know if it's a male voice or a female voice. So he looked to the skies and he said, he thought, he got the feeling, wouldn't it be great if this person showed themselves? Can you show yourself? That kind of thing came in his heart. He wanted to see this power for himself. And it's at that time that Mahalakshmi came. Devi Mahamaya came in the form of Mahalakshmi with a shankha, a chakra, a gada, and then one hand blessing, hasta. The shankha is the primordial sound that she can make. And we need to tune into this primordial sound. And the primordial sound is Shreem that she makes. It's a Bij mantra for Lakshmi. When she blows her shank, the sound is Shreem, Shreem. And what does that mean? It means it's the seed of abundance. Shreem is the seed of abundance. Abundance is called Shri. So here she comes and she tells Vishnu, I'm going to stay in your heart. And she gets into his heart. So the heartbeat of the universe, Vishnu then proceeds to create the universe. Brahma comes out of his navel. She enters his body at his navel and it becomes Brahma. The result of her entering his body on his navel is Brahma. The result of her entering his body on his third eye is Rudra. But in the heart, when she entered, she said, I'm going to stay here with you. And then the universe starts and everything happens, and then there are the Devas and the Asuras and everything, and now we can get the rest of the story from the Padma Puran where Lakshmi makes a return. She doesn't want to be only in heart now, she wants to be out. So Vishnu himself volunteers to hold up, they had to churn the Milky Way. That's the story. Kshira Sagara, the Milky Way. They had to churn it like you would churn, curd, and you get, curd, that's what you churn. And you get butter out of it. In a similar way, they were asked to churn the Milky Way because the Devas and Asuras were fighting so much. And the only solution that they went to Vishnu for it. Vishnu said, look, the only solution I have is you get that nectar which will come when you churn it. And a lot of other gifts are going to come out when you churn this ocean. And there's only one mountain called Mount Manthana, which you can use, Mount Meru. You can use it for the Manthana, the pulling. And only Vasuki, the snake, will be able to take that kind of load. So they positioned the Devas near the tail, Vishnu positioned the Asuras near the head, so that the Asuras who were naturally stronger than the Devas would now get weaker and be of equal strength to balance that thing. And the Devas got a little stronger. And that's because at the tail of Vasuki, his breath had become cool. But at the head, his breath was really hot. So this churning went on and on and on for a long time. And finally, the Milky Way churned out its gifts one by one. And I think there were a lot of gifts, were interesting gifts that came out. And there was Varuni who came out, who was very uncouth and not well behaved. So she was running around like half naked and sitting like a man, and she was not feminine at all. But still, the Asuras accepted her. Said, we'll take her, no problem. So she came over to the Asura side and then she became wine. So that's where alcohol comes from first. Okay? So even alcohol came out of this churning of the ocean. But it's for the Asuras, not for us. Okay? And then came out many other gifts. Okay? There was this horse, I can't remember his name. And then there was Kamadhenu, the cow which gives plenty. And it's like people are anticipating what's going to come out. Next, a poison comes out. The worst poison in the world that starts to kill everybody. Then Shiva came there. Just little time before Shiva had got his moon from there, his crescent moon. He's like, this will be my jewel, and he was wearing it. And then suddenly he's called on to, this poison comes out, spreads all over. Everybody's dying. Shiva said, okay, I'm going to eat that. And Parvati tells him, don't do that stuff. It's going to kill you. And he says, no, I have to do it. People are dying. He just eats it because he's Bholenath. And, his heart is easily won. So he's also Ashutosh. It feels like He feels a lot of empathy. He's an empathetic god. So he went and he took that, drank it, and Devi had to come to stop it at his throat. Devi Parvati came there and stopped it at his throat and said, enough. You can't drink anymore. You will die. And then he had to rest. He went, he came down to earth, Nilkant, and then he rested there. Whereas now Devi, uh, then she told Vasuki to, I mean, she didn't have to tell Vasuki. Vasuki just had the rest of it, rest of the poison. Okay. And so Shiva was so impressed with Vasuki that he put Vasuki around his neck. So he got his Nilkant, he got his moon, and he got Vasuki also. I mean, after the churning, of course. He got Vasuki also as from this churning of the ocean. So like that, a lot of gifts were coming and everybody's claiming it. The Parijat tree was at this time. Do you know what a divine tree it is? If you have it in your house, grow it in your house and you'll see that abundance will come running to you. Okay? So that divine tree came, which the Devas took, and then later Krishna brought it from there to the earth. So these are a lot of things that came out. Dhanvantri finally came out, the god of Ayurveda. He finally came out and he had this nectar of immortality. After him, immediately, Lakshmi came out. And when Lakshmi came out, I don't know if after him or before him, maybe before him, she came just before him. And she comes out and she's, nobody can take their eyes off her. Everybody wants her. But Brahma says only Vishnu deserves her, and she kind of agrees. And Brahma is kind of officiating this whole thing. So it's through his creative powers that everything is happening. So everyone's got to listen to Brahma. So she goes straight to Vishnu and she jumps into his heart. Boom. But on the way, as soon as she came out, all the rivers came to pour their water on her. Like all the four rivers. I mean, the three rivers, Ganga, Yamuna, Saraswati, and one more river, I can't remember which one, came and started pouring their water. So elephants came to lift that water and to pour it on her. And she became Gajalakshmi. That was her welcome. And then Indra, stunned by her beauty and her grace and just her um, presence and her divinity, he couldn't even hold himself back. He sang. The Sri Suktam was already sung as soon as she came. Then Indra sang this, the Mahalakshmi Ashtakam, in the Padma Puran. So, this one, singing this one, it has its own Palashruti. You have to read it 3 times. Okay? And the 3 times have to be the 3 sandhyas, which has to be, twilight when it's dawn and when it's dusk, when it's also twilight, or when the sun is at the highest point in the sky, which is about um, 12, 12 to 12:15, something like that in India, usually. Okay, so I don't know. It doesn't matter. Try to get the middle of the day, wherever you are in the world, and find out at what time is the sun the highest. That is the third sandhya. So in these 3 sandhyas, you have to, sandhya just means joint, okay? Sandhi means joint. Sandhya is the time, the joint of time between night and day, between morning and evening. And that's how time is jointed: night, morning, evening. So the 3 times are separated by 3 markers called the sandhyas, in which it is neither morning nor evening. It is neither night nor day. The 2 boundaries. Okay? These are very powerful times for you to do anything. Because at that time, the whole of creation is at a lull. Have you seen? Even in the mid-afternoon, everything is at a still point. Energy just takes a break. It's this holding of breath between breathing in and breathing out kind of thing. You know? How we do that? In the morning, maybe it's the breath out, fresh air coming, of nature breathing out. And then it's all empty by afternoon. There's a lull. And nature breathes in. That's the evening. And then nature holds the breath for some time. That's the twilight. So the gap between the breaths of nature. And then nature takes a long breath out and a long breath in. Again, there's one more Sandhya, which is midnight. And there, nature takes a long breath in. But you're not expected to do it in the midnight Sandhya because the Phalashruti requires you to only do it 3 times. So the kalas are the Sandhyas. And if you know how to find them, good. Find them. It's otherwise just do it morning, at dawn, at afternoon, and at evening. That's it. Simple. Okay? So now I'm going to get into the stotra and you can follow along. Indra Uvacha Namastestu Mahamaye Shri Pithe Surapujite Shankha Chakra Gada Haste Mahalakshmi Namostate. Very powerful lines. It says, salutations to you, Mahamaya. So Indra recognizes Mahamaya. She says he's back. She's back. Namaste Mahamaya, who is the grand illusion of reality, like existence, the grand illusion of existence that we exist. That whole thing is orchestrated by Mahamaya. So he recognizes her, and he calls her Shri Pithe, the one that is seated on abundance. Isn't the universe abundant? That's Mahamaya. Surapujite, that means the devas bend their head towards you and they do a puja of you with their presence and their elements. Okay? Shankha Chakra Gada Haste. Now Shankha, I told you, is for the sound of Shrim. Chakra is for, it's a weapon that can cut through anything. The Sudarshan Chakra, which was later given to Vishnu as well. It's the same chakra. This chakra can even slice time. It can do anything with it. There are a lot of secret uses of the chakra, which is taught only to very advanced students. Okay, so you're not getting it on YouTube for sure. Sorry about that. Gada. Gada has many, 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 many uses. The Lakshmi Gada is the most beautiful Gada. Yeah. This is a Lakshmi Gada. Can you see the beauty of this Lakshmi Gada? I feel if you get hit with this, you'll get immortal. That's what Kolasur got, He got with this Gada. After that, Kolhapur was named after him. He said, I want to be immortal, at least give my name to the city. She said, okay, fine, take it. And then he died. Okay? So this destructive Gada is not like Hanuman Gada. It is a very powerful energy Gada that Lakshmi carries. Okay? There are secrets of the Lakshmi Gada which I have never taught to anyone, but we'll see. There'll be a time for that. You will be able to have the creative powers of Lakshmi if you learn how to use this Gada. It's a gift that she's given for humanity if you learn how to use it, but that's not the subject of it. I just want to tell you that there's a lot of things here. Okay? It's loaded. So there's a lot of things that are represented here, and they're really mind-blowing. And the last one is the Hasta. This is the Lakshmi Hasta, Abhaya Hasta. Just holding this Hasta yourself, you will not have fear. Just hold your right hand up like this. You can say stop to anything. And you won't have fear. That's it. You can stop anything. You can stop your mind if you use this Hasta. Just stop. And stop others also if you do this. They'll stop. Okay? This is Abhaya. No fear allowed. You take this Hasta and you can heal people. You think this is Goddess Lakshmi's hand and you can just remove all their fears. If you remove their fears, they'll start looking for knowledge. The only way to remove fear is to look for knowledge. And people who make that shift to understand that fear is actually a skill indicator. If your skill is low, then your fear will indicate. It will go on saying, you're not skilled for this, you're not skilled for this, you're not skilled for this. Instead of developing skill, people develop courage. They want to go and face that thing without having skill. This all nonsense will stop when you start practicing this mudra for 10 minutes every day. Everything will stop. Sit for 10 minutes like this every day. And you'll see that, okay, in this hand, in the left hand, there's the Gada. So this is called Gada Mudra. Gada Mudra. Gadadhari Mudra. Okay? Gadadhari Mudra, like a hollow thing with your hand and this. Sit with Gadadhari Mudra like this for 5 minutes and just breathe. Close your eyes if you wish. And experience the stability that comes from Mahalakshmi. And bless people. Bless everyone. And wish the best for everyone. Even your enemies. Just wish best for them. Know that it's all Mahamaya's game. Anything can happen anywhere. What you need is knowledge. What you need is power. And, what you need is will. Or purpose. You need a solid purpose. All will come to you if you use this mudra and you sit like this for a long time, okay? 5 minutes. 10 minutes is hard. Start with 5 minutes. Even if that is hard, you start with 1 minute. You'll see better results than you're getting in your life right now. Okay, just try it out. Good. So, and salutations to you, Mahalakshmi, okay? Alright. Namaste Garuda Rudhe Kolasura Bhayankari Sarva Papa Hare Devi Mahalakshmi Namostate. Mahalakshmi Namostate is, of course, salutations to you, Mahalakshmi. Mahalakshmi, the one who helps you to get big Maha goals, Mahalakshya. What she gives you is a Mahalakshya. Ask her only for that, nothing else. Mahalakshmi, give me a Mahalakshya. That's it. Everything else will follow if you have this Mahalakshya. Okay? So Namaste Garuda Rudhe, the one who rides on Garuda. We have been told Lakshmi rides on an owl, but she has taken her husband's vehicle, Garuda, Vishnu's vehicle. Okay? So she's riding on it as well. This means Garuda is also loyal to Lakshmi, not just to Vishnu. And Garuda is the ruler of all the snakes. They're all afraid of him. And Garuda, the Nagas are afraid of Garuda. So if Lakshmi blesses you, you'll never have Naga dosha, nothing. You'll not have problems with those alien spirits called Nagas that are there. And you see them sometimes. And so, not all of them are evil. The things that you see as UFOs flying in the sky, Babaji told me that it's Nagas. Mahavatar Babaji, my guru, told me that those are Nagas. They're flying across the sky. And a lot of them are friendly ones. That's not a UFO, that's a being which flies across. And people think it's a UFO. But if you have the eyes, if you have Garuda's eyes, you can slow it down and you'll see the Naga. So the best thing about Garuda Rudha, Lakshmi is pleased with you, is that you will get the view and the perspective of the Garuda, whose eyesight is very good and can see a lot of psychic phenomenon. And you'll be able to spot all the activity in the night sky, you'll be able to spot all the activity under the earth, you'll be able to see people's auras, you'll be able to see energy the way it is. And you'll never ever feel that life is not a miracle ever again. You'll never ever live an ordinary life again if you get the Garuda eyes. Okay? So pray to her for that also. Kolasur Bhayankari. Kolasur was this pig Rakshas who was terrorizing the people of the current Kolhapur, which was then called Karveer. And Mahalakshmi, her father has some really bad behavior history with Vishnu. So he came and he kicked Vishnu in the chest. Her father, Brigu. So how's Lakshmi? Brigu's father, they prayed for Lakshmi to be born in their house and she was born also. But he was really ill-tempered and really bad-tempered, bad-mannered as well. And there was a city which he had built for Lakshmi and then he refused to give it to her. So Vishnu went to ask for it and all that. There was always some kind of bad blood. And one day Brigu came and kicked him in the chest in his house because he went everywhere and only Vishnu was sleeping. Because he's sleeping, that's what he's supposed to do. Unless he has something to create. Once he's set the world in ocean and he wakes up, that will be the end of the world. And then, he'll go back to sleep again. When he wakes up, he'll take an avatar and he'll come here. And Brigu cursed him also that you will take 10 avatars. And Vishnu was like, oh my God, I got cursed by my father-in-law. What the hell is going on? And then he goes to Brahma and Brahma tells him, listen man, you cursed yourself. You're the creator of the universe. So he's like, oh, this is such a big mindfuck. And then he says, okay, all right. So then I'm gonna really solve this problem. Yeah. Now please don't get offended because I said mindfuck and Vishnu in the same sentence, alright? Because it is that. When you are a creator, you forget that you created, just like us. We create a whole universe and we forget that we created it. Every stirring of every leaf is your creation. But you can't understand it. What do you call that? It's a mindfuck. Okay? This is an English word to describe that thing called Maya. You're creating everything and you don't know it. That's Maya. Okay? Mindfuck. Okay, so Vishnu was also caught in that. Then Brahma reminded him, this. It's like you only decided now to go to the earth and take avatars. You now make it grand. You decide what to do with it. So that's Vishnu's and Brahma's story. Anyway, so Kolasur, Lakshmi got angry that Vishnu allowed Brigu to kick him in the chest. And he got a mark over there. So that mark was so ugly that Devi decided to stay in it and make it beautiful. So she stayed in that mark also, and it's called Srivatsa now. So he has a Srivatsa mark on his chest, like Brigu's foot on his chest. And she's like, this is so much humiliation, I can't take it. My father kicked you in the chest, he didn't do anything, you should have killed him or something. Why did you hold back? And she left from there. And then she said, I'm going to the earth. And she decides to come to Maharashtra and she's saying, what is this pig killing everyone? I think it should stop. So she goes and kills the pig. So that's why she's called Kolasur Bhayankari, okay? So if any Asur is running like in your life like a pig, you can pray to Mahalakshmi and she will kill him. Who's the Asur running like a pig in your life doing? Pray to her for mercy. She will kill that pig. She may not kill him, but she'll take him out of your life, him or her. And that too with honor, Kolasur also was so honored to be killed by her. He's like, I'm okay to be killed by you and stuff. But, and he had got the thing that he can't be killed by any man. This Kolasur, just like Mahishasur. So then along comes his woman and he's like, okay, game over for me now. Like, can you name the city after me when I'm dying? Asurs are like so cute, right? Even when they're dying, they want the city to be named after them. Right? It's not bothered that he's dying. So people will remember me. Kolhapur. It seems my father's ancestors are from there. So that's what I found out. And I was very happy because Mahalakshmi there is our Kul Devi. And it's quite beautiful. I've had some tremendous experiences when I went to that temple. Every time I've gone to that temple, it's been when my life was in shambles. And I've just asked her like once. Sometimes I couldn't even get in for the darshan. There's one place where you can see her. Even without standing in a queue, that's the best thing in the temple. There's a spot in the temple you can directly see her. So I just went there, I prayed to her and I came back. I said, my work is done. I have to get to the bottom of what is causing me this poverty of people. Why am I not having siddhas around me? And that was when I went to her. This was a few years ago, but today the transformations are getting complete. And by this Diwali, it's happened. I'm surrounded by siddhas. So this is something very powerful about the Kolhapur Mahalakshmi. So of course, when she killed Kolasur, they said, no, you come to Kolhapur, you can't leave now. So then she said, okay, I'll be here as Ambabai, and she's just there. She's sitting there. Okay. So it's like going to the palace of Mahalakshmi if you go there. Later, of course, Vishnu also came to earth, and then he became Tirupati and, Venkateshwara. And then finally they got married in some place, I forgot. There's Vishnu and Lakshmi. They got remarried and then they went back to heaven. They said, no, 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 you can't leave. So they stayed there also. Vishnu was like, I gotta go get married. No, 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 you can't leave. Okay, then one version of him remained there. Okay. So it's beautiful, right? If you choose to believe these stories and throw away your ideas that your school and college science taught you anything, then you'll see the magic coming back in your life. Otherwise, you don't. Okay. Those who argue for their limitations, guess what? They get to keep them. That's the problem. If you argue how limited we are, you get to keep how limited you are. You win that argument, man, in your mind. If you win that argument, then you become atheistic. Then you've lost all this, what I'm talking about. You might as well watch some other video. Okay? Don't waste your time. Alright. Those who are not wasting their time here. Sarva Papa Hare Devi. She removes all your papa. Just have to please her. Every Friday chant this. All of the negative curses and the stuff received to you for all the wrong that you've done, she'll take it away. Okay? Mahalakshmi Namostute. Who's not done wrong in their life? Everyone. Okay? We all need this. Sarvagne, Sarvavarde, Sarvadushta Bhayankari. Sarva Dukha Hare Devi, Mahalakshmi Namostute. So, Sarva Dukha Hare Devi means the one that removes all sorrows. If Mahalakshmi is with you, there's no need for any sorrow. It'll be all gone from your life. There's no sorrow. Okay? Sarvajne, the one who knows everything. That means if Mahalakshmi is by your side blessing you, you'll know everything. You'll have all the vidya and the knowledge in the world. Sarva Varde, the one who has abundance of boons to give you. You just ask her and she'll give it to you, whatever it is. Sarva Varde, she'll give you everything. Sarva Dushta Bhayankari. And one thing that if you're a dusht, which means if you're evil, she will not forgive you. She will end you. Okay? Okay, good. So some warnings of how you should be. Siddhi Buddhi Prade Devi. Bhukti Mukti Pradayini. Mantra Murte Sada Devi. Mahalakshmi Namostute. So she gives you siddhis, which are miraculous powers, like Vak Siddhi, for example, the ability to use language to get whatever effect you want. Okay? Things like that she'll give you, siddhis. Buddhi, she gives you intelligence also, what kind of siddhis to ask for and what are the ones that you really need. Okay? She gives you that discriminative power of what you need and what you don't need according to where you want to go. And you'll get clarity of where you want to go as well. Bhukti Mukti Pradayini. She gives you enjoyment of this life and she also gives you freedom from the cycle of birth and death. That means she frees you forever from all kinds of fears of yours, including the fear of dying by cancelling your dying. And there are many kinds of mukti, There is Sarupya Mukti, which is you turn into a god or a goddess. Your form becomes that. Then there's Sayujya Mukti, where there's a union of you and the God. And the God stays in your heart. Okay? That's something phenomenal as well. And all these are immortal. And there's Salokya Mukti, where you will have to leave this earth. And you may not have to leave this earth either, but you can experience being in the Loka of Lakshmi, in the Mani Dvipa where she lives. Okay? And it is like an island of precious stones, money. That's what she is. Rubies and stuff. So that's where she lives. So that's Salokya Mukti. You can actually live there. But that's the only Mukti where you got to leave this body. There's no other Mukti like that. People are looking for that Mukti all the time. I don't know why. Because the fun is here. Lakshmi keeps coming here because the fun is here. Okay, there are stories in which she wants to get involved over here. Money is the center of our world. We can't do without money. That's because Lakshmi came here. Okay, so then there's one more mukti which is what is it? Sayajya, Sarupya, Salokya, and Samipa. Now, Samipya mukti is the one where the goddess is always with you. Like I've got this Samipya mukti with Kali from the age of 8. She's always with me, which means I don't have to die if I want to. Only if I want to, I have to die. Who would want to die when they got Kali sitting with him all the time? Okay, so this Samipya Mukti is something you can achieve too if you have the right amount of skills in communication with the gods. This is a skill called Yoga Nidra, which is not public. It's only taught to select people. Okay, good. Uh, And it's not that progressive relaxation yoga nidra, no, not that one. Okay. Now they're calling it NSDR or something. Not that shit. This is the real yoga nidra where you need to get into different states of body. You can surf through your subconscious mind and take ownership for everything that's being created. And yes, that requires karuna, the creator's debt to creating the world. That's what karuna is. Okay. Anyway, that's a different subject. Mantramurte Sada Devi means just the mantra Shreem is enough. It will bring the Murti of Devi in front of you. Her form will come in front of you because she resides in that sound Shreem. A good idea for you to do would be to hold this and chant Shreem. You can do it in your mind, or you can just see the Shreem, or you can just suppress the Shreem. Like want to say it but don't say it. Want to say it but don't say it. And that's the most powerful chanting. It's called Para. Or you can chant it out loud. Shreem. If this is 1x, then seeing it in your mind is 108x. And seeing the letter Shreem, just seeing the letter Shreem written in Sanskrit or English is, in English it becomes a phrase or whatever. I don't know what word. But in Sanskrit it's only one letter. Shreem. So seeing that Shreem is like 108 more times more powerful than the second one, saying it in your mind, which is called Madhyama. Vaikari is when you say it loud, Madhyama. Then Pashanti is to see the Shreem. And Para is to just want to say it but suppress. Want to say it, everything moves, but just don't say it. And that energy starts moving. The wanting to say energy starts moving inside you. That is 12,59,712 times more powerful than just saying it out loud. Okay? So if I do this and I say, now you'll see the mantra murti of Devi. You'll be able to visualize it. Suddenly lights will come inside your eyes. You'll be able to see. Because you've suppressed that energy of Shreem, it comes out as a murti of Lakshmi in front of your eyes. Okay, try it out. If you can't do it, it's because of your Thames Nadi education. I can't help you with this. Okay? The only reason you can't do it is because you believe you can't do it. Or you believe you're not worthy, or you think this is gas. That's the only reasons. That only blocks it because you create your universe. Okay? It's a difficult mindfuck for people to get, but if you get it today, you'll be free. Okay. Next one is Adyantarahite Devi Adi Shakti Maheshwari Yogaje Yoga Sambhute Mahalakshmi Namostute. Now you'll know the value of yogis in a minute. Okay, Yoga J, Yoga Sambhute means the one that gives birth to yoga and also is born from yoga. So those who practice yoga always have Lakshmi running in their mind. So yoga is all about Lakshya. Always. Lakshmi is born from yoga. Lakshmi gives birth to more yoga. And she's again born from yoga. She gives birth to more yoga. You have to understand the practice of yoga is the practice of Lakshya. And this is the secret that many people don't know. They just aimlessly practice yoga. They don't know what the hell they're looking for. They want some spiritual experience. I've heard all sorts of stories of why people want to learn yoga over the past 1 year, and I'm fed up. I want people to learn yoga to be of use in this world, to be the best version of yourself and to serve people. So please stop bothering me if for other reasons. Any other reason, like some siddhi, some that, some this. No. I want you to be useful in this world. Live here. Most people want yoga to run away from here. No, yoga is not for running away. It's to live here and experience Lakshmi here. Okay? Adyantarahite means there is no beginning and no end for you. That means she's also free of time. She's timeless. Adi Shakti Maheshwari. That means here we are saying Lakshmi and Parvati are same. Maheshwari is actually not even Parvati. She is like the Shakti of Maheshwara, the Nirgun Shiva, the Shakti of him. Okay, so it's a very high thing. So that's the same as Mahamaya. Everything is same. Okay. So the different types of Shakti are all Lakshmi only. Sthula Sukshma Maharautre. So this Raudra is only when things are taken seriously. Raudra is seriousness, okay? Somebody is very serious about something is Raudra. So it's wrongly been translated as ferocious and all that. So she is serious about the smallest thing and the biggest thing also, the Sthula and the Sukshma. The things available to your senses also, and she's also available for the subtle things, subtle senses, all of those things. She's very serious about having created this universe. You can see it's done with perfection. So that's what it is. How everything renders for you reality, no matter what happens, the resolution of reality is not reducing. Even if you go mad, it's a high resolution reality. Okay? So she takes everything seriously. So this is not some giant terror as they translate it. Sthula Sukshma Maharaudri. She's saying that she's extremely serious about the Sthula and the Sukshma. Mahashakti Mahodare. And Mahashakti is like the supreme power, like the one behind everything. Okay? And Mahodare means the one that engulfs everything. And Mahapapa Hare Devi. She even takes off your Mahapap. You can kill a Brahmin and you still get over. Like Brahmahatya is one of the Mahapaps, right? But if you have been praying to Mahalakshmi, that is not there at all. Mahapapa Hare. There are many other Mahapaps. Do you know what they are? Drinking alcohol, adultery, and waking up someone. Yeah, interrupting someone. And so without knowing, you'll do a lot of Mahapaps, right? When you wake your child up for school every day. It's a Mahapap. Sending him to school only is Mahapap. It's not in the list. But if I was there, if I was Vyasa, I would have put it in the list. Okay? Separating a mother from her child. Separating lovers. Parents who come and say that, hey, you can't do this. Parents who go and tell their daughters, you can't marry this guy. They're all doing Mahapap. Okay? This is all from Devi Bhagavatam, this knowledge. So all these Mahapaps, if you've ever done them, she will forgive you. She'll say, it's okay, it's not in your account now. Leave it. Mahalakshmi Namostute. There's a lot of secrets here for the papis. Padmasana Sthite Devi. She is sitting in Padmasana, like this. And Parabrahma Swarupini. This is the image of the creatress. This is Lakshmi as the creatress. the image I have here. She has even Varada Mudra, Abhaya and Varada. This one gives boons. This is Abhaya, sitting in Padmasana. Okay? Parabrahma Swarupini, Parameshi. That means uh, the ruler of everything. Jaganmata. Jaganmatar means the mother of the whole universe. Mahalakshmi Namostate. Okay? So this is another way you could be seated. Padmasana Sthite Devi Parabrahma Swarupini. You just have to say this. Say it in Para. Instead of Shri, you'll say this in Para. Just go to say it and don't say it. Padmasana Sthite Devi Parabrahma Swarupini. Sit like this for 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, however long you can. Practice these two mudras that I have taught in this lesson. Okay. Shvetambara Devi Nana Lankara Bhushite Jagasthite Jaganmatar Mahalakshmi Namostate. Shvetambara means she's wearing white clothes. That's why I wore white today. Adorned with various ornaments. Nana Lankara Bhushite Jagasthite. That means she is here in every particle of the world and she's interested. She's Maharaudra about your Stula and Sukshma thoughts also. She's serious about it. So be careful, Lakshmi is listening to everything and she'll make it happen for you. Whatever you deserve, you'll get. Okay? Good. Now if you read these 8 lines, here's the Phalashruti. Mahalakshmi Ashtakam Stotram Yah Pathet Bhaktiman Naraha. Not just anyone, you have to read it with bhakti. Otherwise it won't work. After listening to all this, if you don't have bhakti, listen to this talk 9 times. You'll get bhakti. Okay, then you can read this. First you listen to this talk 9 times, then you read Mahalakshmi Ashtakam on Diwali day, on the night of Diwali, the Lakshmi Puja night, and then during Vara Mahalakshmi Vrata, and then during Fridays, every Friday, Sandhis on all these days also. Okay. On Diwali you can do all the 4 Sandhis, no problem. You can read it 4 times. Okay. That's at midnight. Mahalakshmi Ashtakam Stotram Yah Pathet Bhaktiman Naraha Sarva Siddhim Mavapnoti. He will get every Siddhi and Rajyam Prapnoti Sarvada. Will become a ruler, will have his own Rajya. That means he'll be like a king, he or she will be like a king or queen with subjects. That's what will happen. You'll build a new society if you read it once. Oh, sorry. If you read it with bhakti. If you read it with bhakti, according to this, you have to read 3 times. Okay? Eka kale pathe nityam mahapapa vinashanam. Once if you read every day, nityam is every day, not only Fridays, okay? Sorry. Every day. Eka kale pathe nityam mahapapa vinashanam. All your mahapaps will go if you read it once a day. During any sandhya. Dvikalam yah pathe nityam dhana dhanya samanvitaha. The person who reads it twice every day will never have a problem with money and never have a problem with food. Trikalam yah pathe nityam mahashatru vinashanam. Those who read it 3 times, they'll not have shatrus only. Shatrus, mahashatrus are ones which come from previous birth, some runanubandha. They'll be gone. Even this shatrus will be gone from this birth. Okay, enemies. Mahalakshmir bhave nityam, the one who thinks of Lakshmi every time, all eternally. Prasanna Varada Shubha will get a boon from her because she's happy you are thinking of her all the time. Okay? So make this your new goal for this, to listen to this podcast 9 times, and then this whole year, think of Lakshmi all the time. Do this sadhana like every day if you can. Okay? Those who can't do every day, at least don't miss Fridays. Don't miss the important days. But this is something to do every day, 3 times. If you're able to do this, you keep thinking of Mahalakshmi, keep thinking of Mahalakshmi, you keep wanting to see her, you keep wanting to be near her, you keep wanting to have her power in you, and you keep wanting to live with her. The more you keep wanting these things and you keep reading this, you'll get free from all your financial miseries. I can promise you this. Do it and you'll see abundance come in your life. Don't do it and you can continue the same way as a sorry excuse for a human being without even having goals, without even having wealth. You cannot have health and you cannot have good communication and relationships. It's not possible. Okay? So, every one of you is a child of Mahalakshmi and you are entitled to all her wealth. Watch this, take this as a diksha. I have given it for free to anyone, to everyone. If you feel compelled to pay a dakshina, you can pay it at the link below. But you don't have to. I want you to practice first. Okay? So practice first and make money. Then you can pay dakshina. Now you don't have to. Just practice. But the problem with people is they don't revise. If you revise this, revise it in Brahma Muhurta. Before the sun rises, 2 hours before that is called Brahma Muhurta. 2.5 hours before that is called Brahma Muhurta. Not the half hour before the sun rises. So usually in India it's 3:30 a.m. to 5:30 a.m. Because at 6 o'clock sun rises, you leave that half an hour. And the 2 hours before that is called Brahma Muhurta. Anywhere in the world you can calculate. It gets complicated when you go into places like Sweden, etc., which are within the Arctic Circle. But you can stick to the same calculations. 2.5 hours before sunrise. But if you have like 6 months sunrise, 6 months sunset, I don't know this calculation. I'm sorry. Just do it whenever you want. Okay? I don't know the answer. But it'll work. You do it whenever you get the calling, whenever you feel the calm of the energy. You'll feel those cycles of the earth. Whenever you feel the earth is getting calmer, that's the time you do it. Okay? Good. So it looks like I know the answer. So that's the Mahalakshmi Ashtakam. Okay? I'll read it once again. Always before starting any mantra, you have to say Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Just remember that. Okay? So say Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. And this is Indra Uvacha, so you have to remember Indra. Okay? Atah Mahalakshmi Ashtakam Indra Uvacha. So to remember that Indra sang this, thank him. And then sing it like this. Namastestu Mahamaye Shri Pithe Surapujite Shankha Chakra Gada Haste Mahalakshmi Namostate Namaste Garudarudhe Kolasura Bhayankari Sarva Papa Hare Devi Mahalakshmi Namostate Sarvagne Sarvavarde Sarva Dushta Bhayankari Sarva Dukha Hare Devi Mahalakshmi Namostute Siddhi Buddhi Prade Devi Bhukti Mukti Pradayini Mantramurte Sada Devi Mahalakshmi Namostute Adyantarahite Devi Adishakti Maheshwari Yogaje Yoga Sambhute Mahalakshmi Namostute Sthula Sukshma Maharaudre Mahashakti Mahodare Mahapapa Hare Devi Mahalakshmi Namostute Padmasanasthite Devi Parabrahma Swarupini Parameshi Jaganmatar Mahalakshmi Namostute Shvetambara Dhare Devi Nana Lankara Bhushite Jagasthite Jaganmatar Mahalakshmi Namostute Mahalakshmi Ashtakam Stotram Yah Pathet Bhaktiman Naraha Sarvasiddhim Avapnoti Rajyam Prapnoti Sarvada Ekakale Pathe Nityam Mahapapa Vinashanam Dvikalam Yah Pathe Nityam Dhana Dhanya Samanvitaha Trikalam Yah Pathe Nityam Mahashatru Vinashanam. Mahalakshmir bhave nityam prasanna varada shubha. Isn't it wonderful? Now I want you to learn this. Please don't sing it like Namaste Stu Mahamaye. Please don't do that. Lakshmi will run away. Okay? Unless you do it with a lot of gusto and fervor. That's a very ominous tune. Don't use that ominous tune. Don't do that. Okay? Go with this. What I sang. It sits. Lakshmi loves it. I have proof. Because I have Lakshya. And I have Lakshmi. Staying in my heart, staying in my house, staying in my life. I want that for you too. This Diwali. That's my blessings to everybody watching this. May Mahalakshmi bless you all with great wealth and prosperity, with great goals, with purpose, with power, with knowledge and compassion. Jai Mahalakshmi.